since you mentioned you do the Saturday and Sunday events, do you think
Mhm.
because of the pandemic, it kind of changed that?
It definitely has changed that because we just started that, I think, in September. We were able to come into our building.
Oh,
Um, and then we are limited on the amount of people that we can have in there. So it has changed things a lot. I mean, we're still adopting out a lot of dogs. We just and actually, and people have been very receptive. They're very understanding that, you know, they might have to wait in line to come into the building. And then if they are going to adopt, we ask maybe, you know, just one family member stay in the building to do the paperwork. Everybody wait outside. So now that it's gotten cooler, it's much better. But yeah, so it is challenging for sure. So, but it all seems to be working out. Like I said, people are pretty understanding about, you know, we're all right now. Everybody's understanding about number of people limited. So yeah.
do you think from like March when it kind of started to like September, as you said, you just started reopening, do you think it like less dogs have been adopted since then?
That's a good question. Yes, it has been less dogs because on average we do about 20 to 25 a weekend. And then
A lot of
since,
dogs.
yeah, so, and then, you know, since March till about September, we've just been doing appointments. So we've been meeting at a park
I see.
and, you know, so maybe our numbers might be 10 dogs a week versus, you know, our normal 20. So it has, numbers have slowed down. Working wise, we're still working hard and busting our booties to get those dogs adopted. So yeah, so it was definitely down during the pandemic. We still got a lot of interest. A lot of people were interested in adopting puppies, especially. People always want puppies. So so when we have puppies, it's crazy, and then they go fast, and we get a lot of applications for them. But yeah, so it's slowed down, but it is starting. I mean, now that we're in our location, it is getting better. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's good. That's good. Oh, I hope it
yeah.
goes to like 40 puppies a week.
I know.
Uh, so I read that your adoptions only go to a 3-hour drive radius to Las Vegas. Why
Mhm.
is that?
Because if something happens to the dog that we have to go get the dog, um, you know, we are, you know, we don't want to have to drive somewhere or transportation because it's going to cost us to get the dogs back. But if we can drive somewhere within a 3-hour radius, that's kind of why
I
why we have that boundary. Yes. Hmm.
okay. And how can you? What do you want to say to the people who want to rescue more pets?
Want to rescue more pets on their own or just adopt from us or?
Maybe you know how you said you foster pets,
Mhm.
foster dogs. What would you kind of say to them? Maybe words of encouragement to foster their own pets or to adopt pets?
Okay, that's a good question. So a lot of people, when we talk about our foster program, and they automatically say, "Oh, I could never do that. I would just feel so bad giving the dog up." But when you look at it as, okay, this dog came from a shelter. Um, so if I don't open up my home to this dog, it could probably, you know, die in the shelter. So if I get it in a home, I provide love and care and attention for this dog. I get to know the dog. I know if it's house trained, good with cats, kids, that type of thing. And then I'm able to get it adopted to a great family. Then why wouldn't I? You know, I'll have a moment of sadness, but then I'll realize what a great thing I did. I
Oh,
helped this dog get a new life.
yeah.
So
Where do you
that's,
find the dogs to foster?
do what?
Where do you find the dogs to foster?
Oh, we actually rescue from the Kingman, Arizona shelter. In fact, she's our lady that's in charge of our rescues on our way back from Kingman right now. She's got a van full of dogs. So the Kingman shelter calls us and says, "Hey, we're full. We're going
Oh,
to have to start euthanizing. We've got dogs for you." So
okay.
we'll drive down there. They'll come up here sometimes and bring us dogs. So they've got a great group that we work with.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
so we rescue from Kingman. And then we also get a lot of owner surrenders, we call it. They call, "Hey, I'm being evicted. I can't take my dog, or I'm moving, or my kid's allergic," or, you know, there's various reasons why people, you know, have to surrender their dogs. And then we, we talk to them about it and just kind of see what the situation is, kind of evaluate the dog to make sure it's adoptable. And then we'll take it, we try to get into our foster program, our foster care, and get it vetted, and then we put it up for adoption. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Wow, I like what you guys do.
Thanks. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
lot.
no, I know. Like I have two dogs myself, and they're.
Yeah.
But how can you personally help someone in the adoption process?
I can personally help them. So when people come in and that want to adopt, we do ask them to bring their entire family, because whoever lives in the home has got to meet the dog that they're interested in. And then if they have their own dogs, other dogs, they need to bring their dogs in, because we do meet and greet, make sure the dogs get along. They don't have to, love each other at first. They're just kind of going on a blind date. They want to see how they click for a little bit. And then we just kind of ask questions. We ask people, do you rent or own your home? If they rent, then we need to see their lease agreement. We're checking to make sure that they don't have any breed restrictions, weight restrictions on dogs, if they're limited to the number of dogs they can have, or if they can even have dogs in general. Or maybe they have to be pre-approved, maybe, stating they have to get approval before they can adopt a dog. So, and the main reason is we don't want to send a dog home and then the next day they call us, look, I can't keep this dog. So then it comes back to us. And then we kind of talk to the family and say, what are you looking for? A big dog, a little dog, active, a couch potato, find out what their lifestyle is. If they're active, oh, we love to hike, or we want a hiking dog. We're not going to send them home with the little couch potato dogs. So we kind of see what they're interested in, maybe see who we have available. And then we have rooms that we can do what we call a meet and greet, where they can sit and get to know the dog. They can take the dog out for a walk. So that's kind of how the process goes when they come into our adoption center, and how we help them along. So,
okay,
yeah.
we kind of match their personality to the dog's personality.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We kind of look at, okay, if they have young kids, we need to find a dog that's, probably going to be able to tolerate, small children running around, loud noises, that type of thing. So, we kind of help them along and figure out what's going to work and probably not going to work. Some dogs we don't have a lot of information on, because they might have come into the shelter as a stray. So sometimes it's hard for us to know if that's actually going to be a good fit. So then we might offer our foster to adopt program, where they actually just take the dog home for a week, try the dog out in the home, see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then they just bring the dog back on Saturday morning for adoptions. But if it does work out, then obviously they can adopt the dog. So,
I see. I like that program, Foster
Yeah.
Adopt. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah. So it's a nice way just to, you're kind of on a trial run, just to see you're not committed. You're still helping. Even if you don't keep the dog, it's still helping us out, because they're in their foster home. We're finding out a little bit about the dog.
Oh, I see.
And then we help them. We can give them a crate, to help them, to crate the dog while they leave, and any information. And if by Wednesday it's not going well, it's not going to work out, we can certainly figure something out. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that process works. So.
And before we end the interview, is there anything you want to mention that I might have not brought up yet?
Let's see. Well, they can always come visit us if they want to adopt. We have a website as well. I don't know if you have that information that you can pass along. And then we always need donations of blankets. We're especially in need of blankets right now. If anybody want to clean out their closet. We take dog food. We do like dog food that has no corn and no byproducts in it, so they can just read the labels. And then also, monetary, we always are in need of money if anybody wants to donate money. And then time, if they are interested in volunteering, to certainly come down and see us. So Sundays are probably about the best day to come for the first time to volunteer, just because we're not normally as busy on Sundays as we are on Saturdays. But yeah, and then foster homes as well. So I think we got it all covered.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Laura.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.